The Los Angeles and Hollywood Hills is burning as we speak. A new wildfire broke out in the scrubland of Los Angeles, Hollywood Hills, adding to 5 other blazes already raging in the county. So far, fires have started, remember, on 7th of January, killing at least 5 people, destroying hundreds of homes and stretching firefighter resources, water supplies to the limit, as more than 100,000 people were ordered to evacuate. All but one of them were 0% contained, according to state officials, including a pair of major conflagrations on the eastern and western flanks of the city that continues to grow as night fell on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, meanwhile, the crews fighting wildfires around Los Angeles faced a near-perfect storm with intense wind, low humidity, and inadequate supplies of water to contain the blazes.
This firestorm is the big one in magnitude. Hurricane-force winds are usually accompanied by rainstorms, but these are hurricane-force winds that are combined with extremely dry drought conditions. To provide context, at 10:20 a.m. yesterday, the Palisades fire was at 10 acres. 12 minutes later, it was at 200 acres. I know the world is looking at images of our city's devastation. I have seen the front lines of the Palisades fire, and it is staggering. Tonight, more people may get evacuation orders, and if they do, please leave immediately. If you have an evacuation warning, get ready to go. I spoke with President Biden today and Governor Newsom earlier today, and they assured me of full federal and state support. As we head into tonight, we are still facing strong and erratic winds. In Palisades and in Sylmar, we are very much in an active firefight. I can report to you that the Woodley fire, however, in the Sepulveda Basin is under control. I can also report that finally air operations have resumed, and that is a big deal, but it is up to the winds as to how long the air support can continue.
And the Los Angeles authorities have in fact said that their municipal water systems were working effectively, but they were designed for an urban environment and not for tackling wildfires. The lack of water hampered efforts, particularly in the Pacific Palisades. And flames engulfed Jewish synagogue and community center in Pasadena, California, early on Wednesday as firefighters struggled to contain the blaze, one of the 3 tearing through the communities around Los Angeles. And TV footage showed flames tearing through the Pasadena Jewish temple and center, leaving behind charred rubble. The wildfire also engulfed an assisted living center in Pasadena in California. And the raging fire has forced residents, including celebrities, to flee their seaside neighborhood, which is on the west side of the Los Angeles County. The scenic Sunset Boulevard became an escape route.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
And meanwhile, the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on Wednesday called the deadly wildfire engulfing LA, killing at least 5 people, a true tragedy, and also criticized the state governor, Gavin Newsom, for what he said were policies that led to a lack of water to fight the fires. And on your screens right now, the raging wildfire in LA, which has now claimed 5 lives. 100,000 people have evacuated the area. Hundreds of homes have been engulfed and destroyed. What the wildfire has left behind is in fact charred home, rubbles. Authorities are stretched to their limit. Water supply is stretched to its limit. And deadly wildfire, at least 3 to 5 wildfires, which have scorched about 2,921 acres of land, continue to persist. Firefighters are trying hard to tame that fire. With only one fire so far contained, the others continue to rage on. And adding to the worries of authorities and people in Los Angeles, a new wildfire further broke out in the scrubland of Los Angeles, Hollywood Hills, adding to the 5 other blazes already raging in the county. Now, so far, fires that started on Tuesday have killed 5 people, destroyed hundreds of homes, stretching both firefighter resources as well as water supplies to their limit. Remember, more than 100,000 people have been evacuated. All but one fire has been contained. And meanwhile, the crews fighting wildfires around Los Angeles are facing a near-perfect storm, which is further intensifying that wildfire. Conditions including intense wind, low humidity, and inadequate supplies of water is only adding to the blazes and further intensifying the persistent headache of the firefighters. Los Angeles authorities have said that municipal water systems were working effectively, but they were never designed for tackling wildfire, but for urban environment. And the lack of water is therefore hampering the efforts, particularly in Palisades. Flames so far has especially affected the Pasadena community in California, including a Jewish synagogue. While firefighters are struggling to contain the blaze, one of the 3 have now teared through communities around Los Angeles. The Pasadena Jewish Temple and other centers have also been charred to rubble.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
An assisted living center has also been impacted by the fire. The raging fire has forced residents, including celebrities, to flee their homes. The incoming president-elect, Donald Trump, on Wednesday criticized LA County and the governor, Gavin Newsom, for what he said were policies that led to lack of water to fight the fires. In fact, President Joe Biden has also said that we are prepared to do anything and everything as long as it takes to tame these fires and help with the reconstruction. It's going to be a long way. It's going to take time, but the federal government is here to stay.